If you are struggling to pick a niche for your Etsy store, then today's video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly how to pick a niche for your store and also how to find trends to apply to your niche to give you a jump start on sales. We'll also take a look at how to name your store when you're so uncertain of a direction. A big thanks to our sponsor Everbee, but more on them later. Welcome to Cha-Ching. My name is Terry. I'll be your guide through the Etsy maze and your partner in crime, all things small business. With over 10 years of experience on Etsy and more than 2 decades as a small business owner, I'm here to bring some order to this chaos. For starters, let's talk about what a niche is. A niche is defined as a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. This means that you will pick a product or products and apply a particular topic to those products to create a cohesive brand. Now let's look at how this applies to an Etsy shop. There are 3 types of Etsy shops. Number 1 is the general store. Number 2 is the specialized product store. And number 3 is the topical niche store. A general store is exactly how it sounds. A store that carries a wide range of products with an equally wide range of topics applied to those products. This kind of store can work on Etsy, but it's very hard to get it going because of lack of focus. The more established a store gets, the easier this format becomes. A specialized product store, on the other hand, is a store that focuses on one product but applies a bunch of different topics to that product. And a good example of this would be a store that maybe sells just bookmarks, but they have all kinds of bookmarks for every niche and range of topic that you can imagine. That is a specialized product store. Also, another variation of this kind of a store is a store that sells maybe in a category like auto accessories. You don't have to just sell a license plate to be in this category. You could sell all auto accessories, but apply a whole range of topics to those products to come up with sets and things like that. And that would still count as a specialized product store. Another example would be a desk accessory store. They could have mouse pads and wrist rests and maybe coasters for your coffee mug or whatever. And that would also fall into this category. The third kind of store is the topical niche store. This store has one topic and applies it to a wide range of products. So let's just say that you're the chicken lady and that's what you're into. You could have chicken mugs and chicken stickers and, chicken planners. Whatever chicken themed merchandise you could think of, that would be a topical niche store. Any one of these types of stores is perfectly acceptable. This, in fact, is your first decision. Which kind of a store do you want to be? If you're new, the temptation will be to throw spaghetti at the wall and just become a general store. While this seems like an okay direction to take, it is actually the hardest to get started. It already takes the Etsy algorithm a while to index your shop and figure out what you're about, and if you're all over the place, this just takes longer. That leaves us with the specialized product store and the topical niche store. The process of elimination can help make this so much easier. Do you already have a topic that you're interested in? If no, then research to see if you might want to carry a specific product, like mugs or stickers or shirts. If yes, then it's time to research your topic to make sure that it will sell on Etsy. First, let's use a print-on-demand provider like Printify to research product ideas. Whether you are looking to be a print-on-demand store or handmade, Printify is a great place to research product lines because they have such a wide range. Let's look at 2 or 3 areas you might be interested in. First, there is the shirt and apparel line. There are tons of options here, from doing front prints to even all over designs. You could choose V-necks or crop tops or even mineral wash shirts. I like this. They actually have tie-dye too. That's pretty nice. However, if you choose shirts, I would suggest choosing one type to start with while you build your design muscles. When you're ready to flex, you can move on to other variations. And side note, people say that t-shirts is an oversaturated market. I disagree. T-shirt sales on Etsy have gone up in line with the number of sellers. Remember, not everyone will be great at t-shirts. You only have to hang in there long enough to outlast those that fall away. T-shirts is a great market with almost unlimited potential for the right person. Okay, so home goods is another category that is very popular on Etsy. So let's take a look at that. From mugs to journals to even shower curtains, there are so many options to explore. Just look at all the options in the mugs category alone. There are a ton of sellers selling regular mugs, but I bet there are not a ton of sellers selling Pilsners and beer steins. And take a look at this heart mug that would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Tons of options within each product line. Let's look at one more. Let's look at magnets and stickers. Stickers are a big seller on Etsy, and the options are amazing here. They even have the holographic stickers. They have sticker sheets. You can get the magnets of all different sizes, even button magnets. Let's look at one final category that I know from personal experiences that is a great seller. Let's go to accessories. From phone cases to underwear to auto accessories. I mean, check that out. You can do license plates and frames and car seat covers even. And there is profit to be had in all of these categories. And look at the pets category. This is huge on Etsy. This is even an all over print pet hoodie. Just imagine that you could do a sort of mommy and me with your cat or your dog. So what you just need to do is come in here and go into the catalog. It's free to do this. You don't have to pay for a membership to sign up, but you can go into any of these different categories. They do the seasonal picks. Of course, Valentine's Day is coming up, so you might want to check out what all you could get done in that category. Puzzles are huge for Valentine's Day, you guys. I have sold so many puzzles for Valentine's Day. And blankets, obviously, huge seller. And this is adorable, the little stuffed animal with the T that you could get a design on for children. Now, let's use a research tool like Everbee to explore keyword and product ideas. Let's say that we don't yet know a topic, but we like a certain product, like dog bowls. We need to see if there's enough demand to base a shop around that one type of product to start. From Etsy on your Chrome browser, click the B and then type in dog bowl. I already have it typed in here. You're trying to get a sense of what might sell in the price range that works for you. We're going to ignore the listings that are clearly handmade dog stands, but dog bowls that look like the ones maybe from Printify, we're going to pay attention to those. So here's one, and it's selling for $26. If you were going with print on demand, you would be paying about $17 for that dog bowl on Printify Premium. And after cost and fees, you'd profit around $7 or $8. I know that you can buy these bowls for around $10 wholesale if you have a sublimation printer and you can do it yourself. And additionally, some of these are selling for as much as $36. Look at this one. It's just a name. It has a very premium look. We can actually click on it and get a lot more information. They're having about 78 monthly sales on this item. That's their revenue, $2,800. That's pretty good. They've got an amazing conversion rate of 5.9%. Okay, but I don't want you to stop there. I want you to click on the actual listing and go into it on Etsy, because here's the information that a lot of these product research tools can't show you is a sale. It shows you only the actual price. Now, this may be on sale for Christmas, but they may also keep it on sale all the time. We don't know. And if our bowls are costing $17, then $21.59 isn't enough of a profit margin. So this kind of a research might actually have me rule a category out. And from first glance, I might not want to sell dog bowls unless I started out with another pet product and added dog bowls in to supplement that later. I think you can see how you can use a tool like this to make an informed decision on what you want to sell. Everbee not only has product research, but they also have an email feature. I have a video on their email feature, and I'll link that above. Check out the BOGO link in the description to get a buy one get one free month deal with Everbee. Now that we have a ton of ideas, it's time to bring it all together and make some decisions. If you are unsure about your topic, now it's time to pick a product. Once you have that product going, you will likely have some items that take off that will help guide you in the direction that you're going to go for your actual niche. If you have a topic and you're more certain than ever, what are you waiting for? General word of advice though. If you decide to sell, say, teacher-themed items, start with 1 or 2 product lines at the most. This will be your time to explore what designs resonate with your audience. If you sell a teacher shirt that takes off, it might be time to consider that for other products such as stickers or mugs. What you don't want is a whole shop full of products that do not resonate with your customer. Keep it simple at the start. In this way, you can combine the power of starting out as a topical niche store with a specialized product store. Likewise, if you start out as a specialized product store, you can then explore a variety of topics and design styles to attract customers. If you start out with mugs, for instance, you might be known as the mug seller initially. But then let's say that you have a horse mug that takes off, and then you continue creating horse-themed mugs. At this point, you may decide to branch out away from mugs and add other products. And in that way, you may become a horse-themed seller. So how do you name a store when you're so uncertain of your direction? How do you choose between Mug Central and Horse Lovers R Us? Unless you are sure in the beginning, go with a more general name. It's important to realize that Etsy allows 5 name changes. I personally have one store that is on its 4th name change. In the end, you just have to go where the sales happen. And early on, your name really doesn't matter as much. You don't yet have a customer base and people really aren't looking for you at that time. You do eventually want to settle on a product, settle into a niche, and then settle into some branding that your customers will recognize and also look for. So in our mug and our horse lovers example, I might start out as Mug Central, and then eventually realizing that I've attracted a customer base for horse mugs, I might then change my name to branch out to the horse-themed items. Now, one sure way to get some sales is to look into trends that apply to your niche. A lot of people will say that you should look on Etsy for those trends. But if you're new, you might not spot them until they're already fizzling out. This is when you need to go outside of Etsy and use something like Google Trends to get a visual picture of what you are going to sell. Google Trends is completely free to use, and I definitely suggest that you check this out before adding any new product or line. Let's type in dog bed. Okay, so we hit search and right away you get some information. You need to widen this a bit. This is only for the United States and it's also only for the past day. So let's take that worldwide. We're trying to get an idea of the trend and let's do the longest time possible. Now we see that dog bed has trending up for the long term. That's good news. So the other thing that we see right away is that it's also very cyclical. So you see these peaks and valleys, they're kind of regular. Okay, and the values that are being shown in the timeline represent a scale of 1 to 100 on how it's trending. A score of below 50 means that it's not trending up, but a score of over 50 means that it is. So as you can tell, the higher we get, it's still trending up all the way to where we're currently at. It's at 100. This is the highest value that it's been at, with the exception of here. Now, what if we were trying to decide between dog beds and cat beds? We can go up here and you hit compare and type in cat bed. And right away we can see that dog beds are definitely a better market than cat beds. However, cat beds is trending up slightly, but in comparison to dog beds, it's pretty low. If we scroll down, we can see where the interest primarily is. So all of the blue, and it shows you the comparison by country. Which countries are more predominantly searching for dog beds as opposed to cat beds. And then if you go down a little further, it shows you interest by region. And so the darker the color, the higher the interest. So United States and Australia, the highest interest for dog beds. And so if you live in Australia, this would be a really great one for you. Or if you live in the United States. And then the United Kingdom, also 100. That's even more than the US. Over to the right, you can also find related searches and, dog bed near me. Earlier when I was doing this, I saw calming dog bed. And they're breakout terms, which means that they're already on the rise. And obviously people are looking at Amazon. You also, if you're a seller that can create a DIY kit for a dog bed, that would be something good to sell on Etsy as well. And then you go down here and it will show you for your comparison word. So it looks like it's the same 3 main countries for that, and then you'll have some alternative keywords. And you can click here to see more on both of these sections. By the end of all this research, you should have a good idea of where you want to go with your shop and what you want to start selling. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will know when new videos are uploaded. A final thanks to our sponsor, Everbee, and don't forget the BOGO link in the description below for them. So until next time, see you later, alligator.